What's up, guys? I'm Jay Fleazy, and welcome back to another episode of Rust Belt Championship Wrestling. And before we get into the first show, I've got one question to ask you guys. I'm wondering, when we qualify, do you think we should join the Confederation of Territories? Do you feel like that'd be a good move? Do you feel like it'd be fitting for the company? Would that be fitting for Jay Fleazy? I'm not sure. You can look at it many ways. So, what do you guys think? Alright, let's get into the first show then. Alright, RCW Lightning Strike. We open the show with Ernest Youngman this time, putting over what he did to Nate DeMarcus last month, and letting the crowd know why Nate DeMarcus and Tyrone Gray are not here tonight. 55 segment rating, fantastic job. We open, or in our opening match, I should say, we have Lahija del Diablo and Velvet Suarez. Velvet Suarez defeats her in 7.5 minutes with a moonsault. Sick. 42 segment rating, very good. We then have Talia cutting another one of her little cocky promos. 52 rating, fantastic. She has every right to be cocky. We then have The Revolt take on the Ironbound Syndicate in a 3-man tag. A trios, if you will. And we have Annihilus just almost walking through the whole other team himself. And he finishes Harvey Robinfield with a choke grip. Completely legal, because I make the rules. Great performance for a trios. A lot of inexperienced guys in there. A couple experienced guys in there, but very good stuff. 33 rating. Harvey Robinfield. Gimmick. Great. That's good. Moving on. We then have Annihilus after the match, continuing his rampage, just absolutely running through these three guys to the point it's starting to get criminal. All by himself, by the way. The other two are just standing there watching it happen, knowing they don't have to intervene. Also not stopping it. We then have Texas Hangman taking on Curtis Shaw in quite the brawl. With Jay Fleazy, of course, ringside again for this Texas Hangman match. We have Texas Hangman defeating Curtis Shaw in 8.5 minutes with a choke slam to finish the disgusting brawl. That's a good match. Good job. We then have our eye candy match of the night where Joanna Silver defeats Gypsy Rose and Mellow Flashheart in an elimination eye candy match, by the way, so even better. Beautiful stuff. We then have Katya Kornishkova versus Talia Kensel for the RCW Women's Championship, and again, Talia Kensel beats Katya and puts on a great performance in doing so as well, with a 56 for Talia and a 49 segment rating. Superb wrestling match. Defense number 3. Talia is a star. And in our main event, speaking of stars, in our main event of the evening, we have Jay Fleazy defeating El Hijo del Neutron again in 9.5 minutes with a torpedo spear after Deanna Desire distracts El Hijo del Neutron. Fantastic defense number 2 of the RCW Great Lakes Championship. Jay Fleazy, best champ in the world. Beautiful stuff. We then end the show with Jay Fleazy and Deanna Desire celebrating in the ring. Great show. Overall rating 43. Could have been a little better, but fantastic show in my opinion. I'm happy with it. Let's hope the next goes even better. Alright, RCW Destructive Appetite opens with Jay Fleazy in the ring, as well as Deanna Desire and Annihilus. Basically trashing Tyrone Gray, Nate DeMarcus, all them. But also letting the crowd know, even though I didn't put him in there, that Ernest Youngman will not be here tonight, as he has other business to attend to tonight. 36 rating, good stuff. Actually, quite good stuff for Jay Fleazy. Look at that improvement. In our opening match of the night, we have El Hijo del Neutron versus Yoji, and boy, what a match and what a finish. El Hijo del Neutron defeats Joji in 8.5 minutes with a neutron bomb, which is one of the best finisher names probably on this game, and in real life, to be quite honest. Fantastic. Great job, boys. Great open. In a great 4-minute interview, we have Talia saying, well, she doesn't fear any woman in this division whatsoever. 47 rating. Talia is still killing it. We then have Annihilus just, again, destroying Kid Fantastic, throwing him around the room like he's a teddy bear, until he finally, after 6 minutes, gets bored and just chokes him out to finish the match. 37 rating. Good stuff. Wow. In an incredible match, we have Pinky Perez defeating Katya Kornishkova in 10.5 minutes with the Pink Butterfly Powerbomb. 57 segment rating. 63 from Pinky Perez. 51 from Katya. Wow. Wow. Imagine what Pinky Perez and Talia can be. We then have a wild brawl between Texas Hangman and Hammer Hadley, which two men you do not want to get in a fight with. Texas Hangman defeats Hammer Hadley in 10 minutes with the choke slam. 48 from Hammer. 48 from Hangman. 41 from Hammer. Jay Fleazy again ringside for this. We then have our eye candy of the night, with Joanna Silver defeating a Joyrider in 8.5 minutes with the Timber Shiverer. Good stuff, girls. 56-52. 57 segment rating. We then have Nate DeMarcus 1v1 with Zippy Deverall. Nate DeMarcus defeating Zippy 8.5 minutes with a snap tackle. A little disappointing, a 46 from Nate, 33 from Zippy. Not great, but it's not horrible. And then, speaking of the gold standard around here, in a superb bout, we have Talia Kensel defeating Ruby Reese in 10 minutes by pinfall with spinal trauma. Defense number 4. She puts on a 59 in-ring performance, a 53 segment rating. Ruby Reese a 44. Good stuff. Talia is insane. Great job, girls. We then have Pinky Perez coming out to challenge Talia, saying, if you don't fear me, then face me. Basically. Very good interview, even though it says down there she didn't do well without a script. You're giving me mixed signals. 40 rating, I'm happy with that. And then in our main event, we have Jay Fleazy versus Tyrone Gray, where Jay Fleazy defeats Tyrone Gray after a distraction from Deanna Desire. I always want to say Desiree. It's tripping my brain. You can hear me tripping. Jay Fleazy makes defense number 3. Good job. Good job, boys. And then to end the episode, we have Jay Fleazy and Deanna Desire celebrating over an injured Tyrone Gray. 31 rating. Good job. Overall rating 41. I actually felt like that was better, especially with 257 matches, but you know, main event is the main part of your rating. So it'd be like that sometimes. 41 rating, I'm happy with it. Very good segments on this show. I'm quite happy with it. So catch y'all back in the office. Alright. Post show. This is where we stand. We're 5,100 in debt. 1,700 lost this month. Looking a little rough. But in the biggest news of the century, we finally move from 5 popularity to 6 in the Great Lakes. Oh. Biggest news in at least half a century. Big time stuff for RCW, since our popularity does not seem to move. Last I checked, math, like, these actually shows aren't great. The first few. Now we're going 40, 45, 49, 40, 43, 41. We've moved 2 popularity in those 10 shows. That's trouble. So we're basically averaging 1 popularity per 5 shows. We're gonna be way into debt. Like, 20, 30, 40, who knows by then, because there's people are going to want raises. There's going to be stuff going on here. We're going to be way into the debt by the time we move our popularity, like, in any significant fashion. But we'll see. Jay Fleas has to invest, and Jay Fleas is going to have to invest, you know? Other than that, I mean, the shows are great. I'm happy with it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please hit that like button. It helps me a ton. Feed that little YouTube monster. Comments. I still need tag teams. Signings. Any signings you want to see or think would be fitting for this company or stable. Maybe the Revolt. Maybe the Ironbound Syndicate, even. Maybe. Well, I guess I already have a manager. But, you know, any ideas. Because I'm having a lot of fun with this, but I'm always open to other people's creative ideas. And if you are enjoying, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you do not miss any future episodes. I appreciate y'all for watching. As always, you guys have a fantastic rest of your days.